Welcome to the middle school WHO curriculum training. This is designed for your students who are in 6th through 8th grade. You can use the lessons with any grade level you would like and in any order that you would like. You might find that there are some that go really well together and some that could be standalone lessons. You can deliver these lessons in a large group setting, so a classroom, or you could do it in a small group. I know many times we see that we have our small group of students who might need a little bit more information around a certain topic. So you can utilize these lessons however way fits with you and your students. For this first one, we are going to talk about bullying. Bullying is so complex, and we see a need to keep talking about it throughout our education journey because bullying evolves. Just like our children are growing and developing, so do some of the complex issues that are impacting their lives. For this lesson, you will receive your curriculum guide. Once you finish this training, you'll be able to access all of that information. With your curriculum guide, it will come with a short little snippet video, as well as some great discussion starters. So you'll be able to utilize those throughout your journey. You can ask whichever questions you feel apply most to your setting. You can also incorporate your own questions based on what you're seeing at your location. There's also some great follow-up activities that just are opportunities for you to continue that conversation. So with bullying, we know that there are so many things out there impacting our youth. So what do we know about bullying and why are we doing it in the WHO program? Because we know that bullying is impacting the mental health of our students. More so than sometimes we even realize. We know that 1 in 5 middle school students have reported experiencing cyberbullying. And so we do highlight in this lesson cyberbullying a lot more than just other forms of bullying, but the opportunity to explore all avenues is there. We also know that 70% of students who identify as LGBTQ+ were verbally bullied in their school spaces as well as other spaces. So that's an alarming statistic. We know that a lot of times we see students during this crucial time of their life, they are exploring who they are as individuals. And we clearly do not want to have an environment that they will feel like they're going to be bullied for navigating those complexities. So those are some reasons why we do bullying in the WHO program. So some key takeaways for you to highlight with your students during this lesson. What is bullying? Bullying is very complex, but it is important to help our students define what bullying is. And so that gives them the power to spot a bullying situation and get help when they need it. There are 4 types of bullying that are common that we see amongst our youth that you can explore more in depth with your students. There's a lot of great information out there, but we see physical bullying, which is very common, right? Fighting, getting picked on. So physical bullying, and then we see social bullying, right? Where we might be isolating a peer because of something they said, or we don't like this peer, so we're going to isolate them and exclude them from things. We also see verbal bullying. This one is a big one as well. And you can see any of these go together. You could see components of physical bullying as well as verbal, social, and verbal. So just making sure that you highlight that someone could be experiencing multiple forms of bullying. And then of course, cyberbullying, which we have seen continue to rise as we become more and more of a technology-centered society. We see more instances of cyberbullying. So being able to navigate those conversations about what these different forms are and what that might look like, what that might feel like, is a really powerful key to having conversations around bullying. We know that students who are experiencing bullying are almost 3 times more likely to attempt suicide than their peers who maybe aren't experiencing bullying. Those are so alarming to me, and just further solidify the reason why we are still talking about bullying and why bullying is still important for us to place a priority on in our students and our campus. And those are conversations you can talk about with your students as well. What is the impact of bullying, right? Bullying is something that stays with us. Oftentimes we do see individuals who experienced long-term bullying in schools. They kind of carry some of that self-esteem and self-worth throughout their development into adulthood. So we can see severe mental health ramifications of bullying. We can also see physical ramifications of bullying, but there's another one ramification that we can talk about with our students, which are the possible legal consequences to bullying. We're seeing more and more states and more schools adopt policies and laws around the impact of bullying. So, I mean, once you have something sort of on your record, it's there. So what are some of those consequences? Being able to discuss what your policies and procedures are around bullying is really important as you continue to talk with your students, but also being able to navigate with them what some of the state laws are. And there's some really great resources that you can use on various bullying websites. We do give you one, stopbullying.gov has a really great opportunity for you to see some of those ramifications legally, but I encourage you to explore what your state says around bullying, what your school district says around bullying, and how we can help our students understand the severity of engaging in bullying behavior.